gonna record. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Mir recap that we haven't seen for a while now because of things going on in Indo. Unfortunately, we can't, travel this week. It's already announced for us, at least, that MPL ID will be online too. So, yeah, full online for week number 3. This is why we're also doing a full online Mir recap in case you know. Well, Cheffihn's in solo. He's in a different city entirely. Me and Gonie could still meet, but that would be weird, for one guy to be online. This was the trio that did the freeze last week. It was all fun, so we get to recap everything that happened in week 2 and technically week 1 too, because we didn't do a week 1 Mir recap because again we were like, what the fuck, what's going on? Firstly, we got Cheffihn and Gonie here. Hello, how you guys doing? Have you guys been enjoying the break, the 2-day break, while waiting for the announcement of online? Gonie?
I think yeah, I'm just enjoying things, man. It's not really a fun time here in Indo, Jakarta specifically, but I don't know. Cheffihn, what about you in solo? How are you?
I've been sick for 2 days, so
Oh shit.
Yeah.
All
not so fun,
good.
But we're here in Mir recap, trying to get the vibes back.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to get straight into the topics then, without waiting any longer. Well, we're going to start with topic number 1, which is very meta, at least for me and Cheffihn. We got the jerseys on. GEEK FAM and BTR's inconsistent form. Now, what do we think about this, boys? I guess we can start with GEEK FAM because I think it's more shocking. I don't know which one is more shocking to you guys, but for me, it's more GEEK FAM because for BTR's form, this is kind of what I expected. They're mid, they're very back and forth. When they're good, they're really good. When they're shit, they're really shit. GEEK FAM, on the other hand, sticking with the same lineup, this should be the opposite of what we've seen from GEEK FAM for 5 seasons in a row. They usually do horrible in the first few weeks, and then they do well. But for some reason, week 2 dropped real hard. 2 losses. 1 to ONIC, so that we can maybe count off. We'll see what Cheffihn thinks. But the 1 to BTR was a bit shocking. So I think we throw it over to Cheffihn first. What do you think went wrong with GEEK FAM?
I don't think there's anything wrong with GEEK FAM. Even the Estes experiment. I said experiment. Yeah. You might not agree with that, but I wholeheartedly believe that GEEK FAM right now, after 2 wins in the first week, they have a lot of room for error. So might as well just try things out. Again, like a different opinion with yours, Mirko. You said that MPL teams cannot just experiment in the regular season anymore. I actually disagree with that, especially for GEEK FAM. Now, it's been a meme that I don't really believe in patterns and all of that stuff, but Pelosi said it himself that this has been GEEK FAM for the longest time. We try to just, I don't know the exact words that he had, but the progressive form into the season has always been evident. So I'm actually still on a positive note for GEEK FAM, even though they lost 2 matches in a row and 2-0 on all of them, in fact. Now, the ONIC one, actually more positive than negative, even though the second game was absolutely fucking horrible. Like, I'm sure that,
They only tried healer in game 2, right? Like, healer was in game 2, okay.
They did play healer in game 2. Like, I don't mind that. If you want to play Estes, go for it. But the draft that they did in that game was very much questionable. First of all, obviously full magic. Second of all, it feels like they've put too much maybe on Gops as a Uranus in a way, because the other teams that we've seen has been dominating with an Estes is Blacklist International back then, and a lot of the burden is on Edward. As the solo laner, as the one that's holding everything by himself on the other side of the court. And Gops, I don't think shout out to Gops, he's been amazing. Well, that's kind of like overstatement, but ever since he came into GEEK FAM, gotta be real, man. Ever since he came to GEEK FAM, we always thought that he was the weakest link, and that is true. And right now, I think compared to the other MPL ID EXP laner, I think he is decent to good, especially after Qinn and Shogun popped off.
Okay.
So I don't think if they want to experiment with Estes more and more, I welcome that, but just don't get too complacent. Don't draft this kind of horseshit, all magic and only one way to roam kind of draft, because once the objective part is falling apart, then there's really nothing. There's nothing that they can do to get back to track. But although I want to say, in the late game, the way they play the kiting game with Estes is actually decent. Even when the part ONIC before the wipeout. I think the kite thing was actually quite good. It's just that ONIC is already up like 10k gold lead, so there's nothing they can do about that. Now, moving on to the second match, this is a bit more, I guess, like it's worse. Obviously, they lost to Bigetron, a very mid team in MPL ID. There is no achievement that they've. Just kidding. Shout out Coed. I love Bigetron actually, but yeah. I guess the Estes game was better this time, right? It's just one.
They had
mistake.
better parts.
Yep, one mistake from Konsistency in the late game, and it's done. And I guess like, I don't know, man. The second one, I actually didn't really. Did I catch that match? I don't think so, right? I just watched like.
Was it game 1 or game 2 with the glue? The one with Nile on Lance, going crazy.
I believe for Bigetron, the Lancelot game was the second game.
Okay,
so there's no Estes at the time.
Yep.
This is the Moreno Salina game. Moreno Salina game, Eman on the Earthal. It was actually better for GEEK Fam. It's just that they're, I don't know, maybe they're not used to it just yet, because one mistake in this kind of composition when you just talk together can really give the game away. And it's just one mistake. It's done. So, I don't know. I don't think there is a solid takeaway that I have for the Bigetron match.
Okay. Well, I'll take this one then. Right as Cheffihn wraps up his points, I think for me, the two things I want to note down. Well, obviously, you guys know. Maybe you don't know if you didn't watch the actual stream, but yeah, me and Cheffihn have different opinions on the experimentation thing. I feel like at this point, with everyone being so competitive, maybe except for Liquid, but even Liquid, we'll get to them, are quite competitive. They still get games off of really good teams. It's very tough for you to experiment, even in the early weeks. We don't know what the patch is going to be looking like later on as well. So experimenting like this when a big patch is going to hit later on, I think week 6, for me, it's kind of like you better get as many points as you need to get to the playoffs, because I don't think anyone's guaranteed except for ONIC right now. Top 2, number 2, all the way to number 9. Even with Liquid's shaky form, I think it could really shift. But now back to what I think is the real problem for GEEK Fam, because the whole drafting thing is one thing. They could obviously just say like, all right, let's go back to normal stuff. Let's go to pick prio picks again. Gobs, Cheffihn already touched on that. What I want to touch on is the very shocking performance of a boy this season. I think a boy has actually been
the weakest link,
underperforming like hard, which is something that it sounds weird to say, because this guy has been the core, the main man for GEEK Fam with Beloy for the longest time. Whenever anyone shifts in the team, you would still look at the mid lane duo and be like, all right, we're in good hands, because they're just so good. A boy is such a good carry, mid laner. Even when he's placed on utility, like on the Vexanas and Faramis back in the day, he was amazing. But for some reason, I don't know if it's the picks, like the Farsas and Kimmies, that just don't really suit his playstyle, or if it's still the trauma that he experienced from, the big throw against RRQ in the lower bracket finals from last season. But something's going on with a boy. He's not performing the way that you would want him to perform, the way that he's usually performing. So that, I think, is the reason GEEK Fam lost 2 of their matches in week number 2. Because we can say all we want about like Kenzie and Maykids improving. Even Gobs, I would say he improved. Yes, I don't think he should be the center point of the composition, but he is improved as an enabler and a side piece to the actual composition, the trio mid being the real composition. He's a good player. It's just when the mid lane isn't doing as hot and when he is limited in picks, it gets really tough. When he plays the Farsa, it doesn't feel like this is Sans, or this is like a... It doesn't feel like a Selena Moreno. It doesn't feel like a Farsa Sans. It doesn't feel like a power hero. When, again, now everyone kind of has their power hero. Even Octa in Dewa, someone we don't really rate too high, has a Lunox mid that is like, okay, we got to think about this. This has to be banned out in second phase type of deal. A boy just doesn't have that anymore. Maybe with the Ferryman's coming back later, it could come back. And maybe, this is my assumption, this is the reason they go for healers. they don't want prio mid because they can't get prio mid. Because if they get prio mid, they can't utilize the mid lane, a boy, as much anymore. They don't punish as much as they used to. So that's why they're trying to figure out different ways to enhance Kids, enhance Kenzie, which is by grouping them up together and saying, all right, let's just play for them, right? So that's my take on GEEK Fam, why they've been so inconsistent. They've been, even though sticking to the same lineup, they've been trying to find some different ways to win. And it's not because they want more creativity. It's because one of them is underperforming, or maybe two of them with Gobs. Yeah. What do you think, Cheffihn? No? You don't agree with that?
I'm not sure. I think I'm leaning, again, towards the side of experimentation because even... Let's take a look at RQ, right? RQ Cascade said it himself that if you want to beat RQ, use cheese pigs. And GEEK Fam did exactly that. So I feel like right now GEEK Fam is trying to establish that they can actually play the healer calm. Now, they will reap the benefits once they get to the playoffs. Those second phase bans, maybe the Estes will come through, maybe maybe Rafaela will come through as well. So that they have more picks to work with. Because obviously, like, unless ONIC themselves is underperforming of like drafting wrong, like you cannot beat ONIC by normal means. That's just wishful thinking.
I mean, I gotta say here, I think GEEK Fam, again, it's just week 2, guys. It's just 3 matches, especially for GEEK Fam. It's kind of early to say, but I am more leaning towards them just experimenting. There's maybe some slight, a boy with not having a power hero this patch. I think that's also true. That's why they are juggling around the picks. But mostly I feel Beloy is just being Beloy as well. I think he is able to, or he will take the risk to, hey, this is early. I think we will make it to playoffs. It's not that hard when you're GEEK Fam to secure top 6. Right? Sure, it's more competitive now this season. I'm sure they will lock in week 3 now, seeing like Na'Vi, seeing the other teams are performing. But I think they are just willing to, you know what, let's take a risk here, with the drafts and all, with the execution. So if they are able to, perform better or excellent in week 3, then, that answers it. I think it's just GG. But if they are still struggling, then then it's an issue for GEEK Fam this season, especially. So yeah, I think GEEK Fam, unfortunately, I expected GEEK Fam, against ONIC, I expected them to lose still. But against Bigetron, wow, Bigetron got that, and that surprises me. So
it surprised me too.
Yeah, I mean, GEEK Fam, I thought this season is just ONIC and GEEK Fam, to be honest. But
I agree.
That,
I thought that too.
I think it levels the playing field in a way. I think it opens a lot of avenues for other teams as well. And yeah, we got a very interesting season upcoming.
Yep. I want to just wait. We are something to add.
Quick, just to add the point where you said a boy, they don't want to rely too much on a boy. I guess you can also apply that to Beloyski as well, because normally you want to have Beloyski on those
engagers,
not carry picks, setup picks, or maybe someone that gets screen with Badang and Chope, just as you said. So now Beloy is taking a step back and try to just figure out like what are my teammates capable of? Like, what's the potential of them playing this kind of composition? So yeah, just a quick point.
That could very well be the case for GEEK Fam. But now I want to, just add a fun segment. We've been talking about a lot of like weak point of the team, blah, blah, blah. Who do you think is the strongest player currently for GEEK Fam? Because I think we're going to have mixed opinions here.
Wow.
Do we just say it all on 3? I'll say 1, 2, 3. Okay, on 3. You guys have it in your mind? Here? There's a delay, but it's okay.
So 3 and then go.
Yeah, just right as I say 3, you shout out the name, all right? You ready? You got the names? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Kenziski.
Kenziski.
Wow, see? There you go. I agree. For me, it's Kenziski. I think this guy has improved so much. Okay. Like, I got to give him props. But Maked is a good shout. That's a second choice for me as, like, who is the strongest. You guys want to elaborate why Kenzie or why Maked?
I mean, like, the place that he's done for... I don't remember which game was it. The Bruno game. They lost? Oh, it was against ONIC, right? Game number 1?
It was against ONIC, yes, game 1.
Some of the plays that he made, like, I'm sorry to say this, I'm not comparing the two, but that was Kellera-like. I'm not even joking.
The reactions, yeah. I like it.
Yeah. That's it, pretty much.
Okay.
What about you, Gonie? What do you still say, my kids?
I think for me, right, again, last season was his rookie year, right? I believe for at least in Geek Fam
last season,
Geek Fam's jersey. He showed potential. He showed like a lot of like, hey, I think we can definitely rely, or Geek Fam can rely on Make Kids to be their main jungler. This season, sure, it's 3 matches, 2 of them are L's, but I feel like Make Kids is still that man. If not, perhaps I think like hero pool wise, he added more into his kit, which we might see later on. And yeah, I think it's just still Make Kids. I think sure Kenzie, man, I think he performed well, especially on that Bruno. But I think it's just that game. I think it's all because of the Geek Fam members are allowing
giving him
space. Yeah, exactly. Right. I think it's just the other 4, or perhaps the mid trio, allowed him to have the farm. Allowed him to be a gold laner. The standard MPL ID gold laner. But Make Kids, I think, as a second year or sophomore rather, I think he is just still the top 2. Wait, no, top 3 jungler in MPL ID right now.
Oh, who's number 2? Because one is Kyrie, obviously. Who's number 2?
Yeah. Where's some names?
Are we thinking Nile?
Are you? I was gonna say, are you waiting for a Nile answer, bro?
We haven't seen much, but I think Andoryu, I think.
Oh, wow.
Man.
Hey.
Okay, that's too early. I think that's too early.
Hey, don't worry. Well, you know what? That is another topic I'll have to add. I forgot completely about that. Yeah, well, that's going to be another topic we put in. But okay, let's talk about BTR's inconsistent form now. I'll obviously start this one. Yeah, I don't know. I think week 1 it was just horrible drafts. I'll be honest with you. It's not like the week 2 drafts were perfect. Again, there was still a lot of like weird ass picks, the Cho Gold, stuff like that, that I'm honestly not a fan of, despite the win. Yes, they got a win, but would it have been a win if it was any other team? Like if it wasn't Evos? Not to shit on Evos here, but hey, I don't know how they fumbled the bag against a fucking Cho Goal when they were ahead so far, right? Props to them for fumbling it, and props to them for technically taking the blame out of the coaching staff from BTR, because BTR's coaching staff would have gotten a whole lot of flame for that, dude. Like Barbosa, it was different though, because at least for this Cho cheese pick, there were actual reasons, right? They wanted to layer some of the crowd control so that they can deal with the 1-1. So I could see a bit of the vision. I'm still not a fan of it, but I could see the vision. Week 1, it was just dog shit, dude. Like the drafts were... By the way, I'm sorry to Barbosa. I'm not trying to hate on you, bro. You're my boy. You're still my GOAT, okay? It doesn't matter, but I'm still going to criticize you. I actually asked Erpang after week 1. I was like, yo, what do you think about the drafts, man? I don't know if it's because they're teammates or something, but he's like, no, the drafts were winnable, dude. And I'm like, fuck no. I told him, all right, man, but here I'm going to say it. Fuck no, it's not winnable, bro. In an MPL, like highest level, that shit is not winnable. Come on, man. But they are teammates, so obviously they don't want to blame each other, which gives me the idea that like, okay, this team is good. Like at least the environment inside is good, right? They're not blaming each other. They're not like saying, yeah, fuck this guy. This guy doesn't know shit. So I like that. I like that about BTR, and I think it translated over to week 2 because it could have been a horrible week. By all means, week 2 should have been the week where we went winless. There's no way you would expect us to go and beat Geek Fam and lose against Navi from week 1. Like week 1, everybody who watches MPL ID should kind of know it's a guaranteed win for BTR week 1 against Navi. It wasn't Andoryu and Ukir yet. If it was Andoryu Ukir, we're cooked. But again, it was X Magic and Washapal brothers. Week 2 though, against Geek Fam, against Evos, stronger teams. Geek Fam number 2 in my list. Yeah. So I think really is a draft, but aside from the draft, it's the classic BTR tendency to throw games. And well, it kind of like relates to that top point. Nile being more of an enabler of the biggie choke, biggie throw style, because he's always been that guy too. Even when he was in Geek Fam, whenever he gets the lead, he goes in way too aggressive. sometimes it works. Sometimes he gets a crazy play, like against GEEK FAM. He did it, dude. Like the whole dashing to glue, getting the glue, and then getting Kenziski too. It works a lot of times. But in the match against Evos, game 1 on the Lancelot, we see how it could backfire hard, dude. The guy was like 5-0 or 4-1, I forgot. And then he just kept on going for bad trades that he had the confidence to pull off. Yes. But was it good for the team? No, it was bounties on bounties over the Evos to enable a comeback from them. So, yeah, that's what I think about Bigetron. Drafts, the nature of Biggest Throw still being there. Hopefully will get, taken away as we get into week 3, all the way to week 9. What about y'all? Who wants to start, Gonie or Cheffihn?
I think if we're talking about Bigetron, I think the most like crucial thing is just Nile. I think it's same topic what you touched on. I think Nile is the biggest coin flip in Bigetron, and I feel like if he stays disciplined, I think that's an internal issue. Like even Nile versus Nile kind of deal. I think it's just him just want to just farm clips, man. I feel like he is that type of guy. He's a clip farmer. He wants to go in 1v3 under the turret with a Lancelot, half HP, and expects to get all 3 and survives. But again, I think Niall needs to calm down. I'm sure that we will see adjustments from Niall, especially from Bigetron. But yeah, seeing their performance week 2, I did not expect them to just against GEEK. I think I thought they would lose. I think it would be just a straight up 2-0, but it was based on their performance from week 1.
Yep.
I thought it's just okay. I don't think they are in the same rhythm. Week 1, it was again against Na'Vi, but they switched up. I think it's just I think a team that is definitely and is a wild card this season. It's Bigetron, but if Nile is able to be stable, be disciplined, I think they might. I said this on broadcast. I'm gonna say this again. Bigetron, if they are able to stay disciplined, they can rep Indo.
Wow. All right, guys. So for some reason, my Discord cut my Discord DC'd right as Gonie said, BTR we're gonna rep Indo. So I don't know if that's God saying like, dude, shut the fuck up, or if it was just like a weird ass coincidence. But yeah, go on, Gonie. So you think that's it? Is that your final statement? Like top 2, they can make it if they stay disciplined?
If Niall stay disciplined, I feel like that's. Okay.
I'm joking.
But yeah, I think that's the end of my saying. I think that's
okay.
That's doable.
All right,
that's doable.
What about you, Chef? You agree with that? I don't think you agree with that, but what are your thoughts on VTR?
Well, I think it's a factual statement. If they stay disciplined, they could reach top 2. Wow. But the fact of the matter is, they're not. They're not gonna be.
They're not gonna Whoa.
Be.
Okay.
Just kidding. But yeah, I like what I'm seeing from Mr. Shogun because I'm an EXP laner, dude. So I can pretty much say that from the things that I've seen in week number 1, it was actually pretty good. Even though BTR absolutely botched week number 1, he played his role. I kind of remind me of Boots. He did his job, but his teammates are just kind of shit, and also the draft obviously was even more shit.
Yeah.
Now week number 2, it was a sight to behold, I guess, from Shogun, from the stuff that we see. Now finally he gets the picks where he can make more differences, even though he actually did pick the heroes like Benedetta in week number 1, but week number 2, I think he found his rhythm with heroes like the Cho. I was pretty skeptical with the Cho EXP because I feel like the utility is a bit limited. It's quite conditional, but he made it work. But the Hilda game, man, that was the one that made me blew my fucking mind. Holy shit, he is so good. And I was kind of doubting the Hilda too because, like it or not, it's not really the most meta picks out there, but he was the main difference maker. Every time there's some objective game, he erases Evos's hope to get it. Just by being there, being that annoyance that he is. So yeah, I would pretty much say that I think Shogun, from the stuff that we see in week number 1 and week number 2, he's already top 2 EXP. Now, it's only 2 weeks. It's only 2 weeks.
Okay, from the 2 weeks,
so that can change. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's number 1? Is it Lutfi? Is it just ONIC?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We're going to get into that discussion then. All right. Interesting stuff. All right, I will add a bit more. Yes, I think Shogun, very, very good, by the way. Like, a great player, great stuff, good quality matches, and great performances on every single one of the matches. Week 1, to add, it wasn't just pure drafts. Like, the drafts were bad. But Nile on a fucking Akai, and what mid laner they have? I forgot what mid laner they had. Going up against a Hylos, Baksha, and whatever they had in the mid lane too. I think it was up against Navi. Valentina was the absolute worst decision-making moment I've seen in pro play. That was straight out of fucking rank game, bro. Why in the hell would an Akai think he would be able to beat a Baksha? Why the hell would a Gato think he would be able to beat a Hylos at level 2? At level 1, that was actually not even level 2.
For a lethal Wanderer as well.
For a lethal Wanderer. Why the fuck would you commit? And then Niall trying to, pull a sneaky one on Kai, the Baksha going on lands, giving free kill. Like, that's, again, what you can see we were talking about earlier. Just pushes the point even more. Like, when he's behind, oh man, he tries some crazy shit to get back. And sometimes, well, most of the times, it's fucking dumb. But hey, when it works, all right? It's a gamble. Sometimes you don't want to take that gamble every time. Yeah. We're going to get into the discussion now, since Cheffihn already brought it up. Who's the best XP in Indo right now? Because I don't think it's Lutfi. He mentioned top 2. That's why I was like, no way, it's Lutfi, right? And I think the discussion mainly, it's Qinn or Shogun right now. Because, hey, Qinn only made his debut in week 2. Yes, I know. Maybe we are getting ahead of ourselves. But we all rated him really highly after his first match. We went back to the town room and we were like, no, that guy's good. Like, yes, it was against Navi, but that guy's fucking good, dude. Like, he's really, really good. He knows how to play the hero. He knows how to zone, all that. Did even better against Alter Ego, right? He performed so well against Alter Ego. So on the Badang too, so we saw more picks. He's not just an Arlet Phoveus merchant. He can play the Badang real good. And I think that is, well, I'm assuming, Cheffin's number 1.
For sure.
Damn.
And I was actually looking for validation from the Masdika. He's our scriptwriter, and he's also an EXP laner, so I kind of hold his opinion to a high level. And he's been in MPL for the longest time.
Yep.
And I have this thought, an opinion of that Qinn is like the best EXP in ID, even though it's only 1 week.
Wow.
And I would say it's not close. That's my take. Then I came to Bangdik, Mr. Andika, and I said, Masdik, who do you think is the best EXP laner in Indo? Like, not even a second, he said Qinn. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm not getting ahead of myself, apparently.
Wow.
It's co-signed by Mr. Dika. And yeah, I would say his week 1 performance, or like the first week performance that he had, he
didn't play week 1, sorry. He didn't play. It was
no,
it was
what
crap,
I mean, like his first week.
Week 2, sorry. Sorry, okay.
I would go as far as that was like a world-class performance level. I'm not joking. He can do no wrong on those heroes. Now, granted, as you said earlier, the opponents were not that great. It was, I believe, Navi without Andoryu and Ukir, and
Alter Ego.
TLID, right?
Oh, wait, TL. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, it was TL. The solo kill on Aran. A solo kill on Aran. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, obviously, still needs to see more of him, but so far from the stuff that I see, he is the clear number 1, clear-cut best EXP in ID. And it's kind of weird that, the team of the week is Qinn's, player of the week is Shogun, rookie of the week is Qinn. Not sure what happened.
But are we just deleting the fact that Tyron is still in the league right now?
No, because he hasn't played. He hasn't played.
Exactly. But does that just discounts Tyron's not?
I think until you start, you can't join the conversation of who's best this season, right? I think it's because it's Rez right now for Araki, and I don't think he's the best.
Fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
It's getting better though.
He is getting better.
Yeah, he's getting better. Yeah.
Gonie, who do you think? I think Qinn or Shogun, or
without Dyron, I think it's because of I think I really respect Dyron's performances in the past, not this season, because he has yet to make an appearance. But yeah, I think it's either of those two, and I gotta side with Qinn here. I gotta side with Qinn. You know, I think Shogun's not far behind, but there's you know, maybe this is just the devil's advocate being inside me, but maybe Shogun's performance was just a fluke.
Whoa.
Yeah. Especially if we're talking about week two's performances. So
Why is that?
Why?
I'm not 100% convinced. You know, I think it's I'm not 100% convinced with with just consistency. You know, I need to see more consistency from this guy. Sure, you know, he's a rookie. By the way, sure, Qinn is also a rookie, but sometimes rookie, you know, surprise us in the start, and then week 4, week 5, suddenly
they dip. Yeah,
they dip. You know, it's just the surprise effect because we don't know what to expect from the guy.
That's true.
And then
That's true.
Bang, 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 and then oh wow, he's the best EXP. He's the top 2 EXP laner in the world. No, you know, sometimes it's not like that. But yeah, I think I need to see more consistency from Shogun and Qinn. But Qinn mechanically, he is mechanically gifted. I think, especially on the EXPs. So yeah.
For me, I think here's my thought. Right, I'll go back to the point or the topic just being who's player of the week, in my opinion. I still gotta stand my ground and say Shogun. When it comes to just who's player of the week, who's team of the week as well. If it's based on just week 2 performances, we gotta see the matchup in week 2. That's why I personally voted for Shogun, and Shogun had tough matches, you know. GEEK FAM, just the win against GEEK FAM alone, and the reason that Bigetron won against EVOS was Shogun. I would say the Hilda match, game 3, and the Arlet to catch Erlan, I think twice in massive team fights, right? So like the crucial moments, even the sweep to get them Lord, the final Lord of the game was Shogun. So that's why he came in clutch. He has that clutch factor up against Evos, against GEEK FAM on the Cho, got the solo kill as well on Gobs. Really good stuff, just honestly for player of the week. But who do I think is the better XP? I test Qinn. I think I test it's Qinn. But again, this is why I have to hold it for a bit, right? I don't know if I can call him the best yet, because I don't know if Navi and TL are the right criteria to be judging like who is the best right now with. He needs more. And again, it's unfortunate to me that he's in Dewa United. I'm sorry, Dewa. But this team is so disorganized and like disconnected in the way they play, okay? Yeah, it's like everybody makes their own move. Qinn is the only guy trying to play for the team. Everybody else is doing their thing, you know? That's why for me, it's going to be a struggle later on against higher level teams. And it's not going to be Qinn's fault. It's going to be the rest of the team's fault. I hope this isn't true. I hope they work on that because they do have Coach Wright. And he obviously puts a lot of trust on Qinn. He also has... Now I can see the vision. You know, the vision that maybe was there in week 1, he just didn't have the player, right? Now he has the player, and maybe the vision only works with Qinn in the lineup. So Qinn is, in my opinion, the only way, not the only way, but the biggest factor as to how Dewa can make it a playoffs this season. Okay, if it wasn't for Qinn, I'd be like, all right, Dewa, no playoffs for sure. Yeah.
But
so
right?
I want to ask, do you guys agree about the player of the week thing, or do you guys think Qinn is your player of the week?
I think I think it's fair. I think it's fair. You know, I think in a perfect world it would be player of the rookie and rookie of the week, but I think it's fair. You know, I think Shogun's performance. I think it's fair. You know, seeing again, I think it's just okay. You know, Qinn being the rookie, player of the week being Shogun. I don't mind that at all. For me.
Okay, Cheffihn, you don't agree. You think Qinn, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not rocking with that. I think he got robbed. Well, not robbed, but like Qinn, I think is should be the player of the week. But I want to ask you guys a question though. The fact that I can smell the comments from a mile away if this gets clipped.
Clippers,
a bunch of PH players, a bunch of PH Filipinos pretty much saying, well, this is RG Boys of Philippines. And I gotta say, it kind of struck a nerve to me. Like, is the bar for EXP laner in MPL ID is too low? The fact that we're glazing Shogun and also Qinn, is there no... We have no Sanfords. We have no Flaps.
No, definitely not. We don't have no Edwards. That's been the biggest hole in ID for the longest time, though. Like, even I'm sorry, I don't wanna put again boots, right? But it is boots. Even boots, like M5, that was the lane that everybody was looking to exploit. And ultimately, that's what happened. Flapteasy even said in the podcast with Wolf, he said, yeah, dude, the XP, he could only go to Rizla. And then, like, when he doesn't get to Rizla, it's cooked. And even his Rizla is like, all right, it's a Rizla. It's not like, oh, he's going to win you the game to Rizla. Meanwhile, Flap was fucking everybody up with Arlets, X-Borgs. Yeah, Sanford, even Kirk as an enabler. Like, the XP in the Philippines.
So underrated.
Hey, we don't even need, like, let's look at the Malaysia. Mark Cram. He's Filipino too. And again, he's up there when it's like best XPs right now. All of the best XPs are Filipino right now. We don't have a single Indonesian, Malaysian, maybe Bomba, can go up there. I think Bomba has the skills to be up there in the top 5 category right now in terms of individual skill for XP. But it's all international for us. There's one German guy and then like 4 Filipinos. I think the bar is low for XP. Yeah, I think so.
We had a guy. We had a guy from the West once, but we had a guy from
the West,
a region that shall not be named right now.
Fried chicken?
Do you not think so?
Yeah, I think M4. He was there, dude. M3 he was gold lane, which was weird, but yeah, M4 during his prime, fried chicken is amazing. Hey, shout out to fried chicken. Yeah. So do you guys have anything else to talk about? Like anything you want to say? Or we're going to skip over to the next one?
For GEEK FAM Bigetron, I think it's enough, right?
Okay. For Qinn Shogun?
Qinn Shogun.
Okay.
It's enough.
All right. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. And now let's move on to, I think this one's a big one too. All right?
Ooh.
Andoryu Ukir. Let's talk about Andoryu Ukir. We're on the topic of PH players. Andoryu Ukir have just showed levels, I think, like... Yeah. It's not even I don't want to discredit Andoryu Ukir. They're amazing, but Andoryu Ukir aren't really top tier talent from MPL Philippines.
Again,
right? Like
the bar is too low.
They're not top 4. They were actually, did they even make it to playoffs last season? I forgot, but yeah, they're there, but they are able to bring such a crazy impact to MPL ID. And it is granted to Navi a 0-17 team. So, 1-17 team before but man, it's just the understanding of when to go in, when to do something, when to do what, just, I wouldn't even say mechanics, because mechanically, I think Indo players and Filipino players can still be compared. But knowledge, man, the intelligence is just so different. Again, I say this every time I watch Philippines. I'm like, why does everybody know what to do? And in Indo, they just... Oh my god, the worst offender this week, Yazuke on Alter Ego. Yi Sun-shin against a team who already held turtle. Skill 1 forward, try to steal the turtle. It's like, brother, you're not a Boxia. You're not a fucking Fredrin. You're a fucking Yi Sun. Go and farm.
Even if you get it.
Yeah.
Even if you get it, like you're gonna die anyway.
Bro, oh my god, that got me so angry. I was fucking fuming. Oh my lord, that was so shit. It was so shit. Alter Ego, I think it was it Alter Ego Dewa? I don't know what matchup. I forgot. I want to delete it from my brain. Absolutely dog shit moments. If you want to watch, go and watch, man. Like if you guys want self-induced cancer from watching, you go and watch a Yi Sun-shin skill 1 forward to go red tree on turtle. That's not contestable.
I think it was AE Navi, but yeah.
Okay, AE Navi. But then Andoryu, Ukir, we never saw them make a play that was like dumb. It was all calculated. It was all according to like the heroes they got. Is that really the bar we have in Indo? It's just you're not a complete idiot.
I gotta agree with that. Like I think Indonesia, there's too many mistakes. There's too many like dumb shit that we do. So now that we get some kind of stability in a player, we just like praise them. Oh my god, an actual capable, serviceable player. That's just how it is in Indonesia.
Yeah, I don't know what's the thing with Indo. I'm sure it happened a lot. And also, this is also an RG, the rank games problems here. When you're behind, but your team, your jungler team, this is a solo play, by the way. they are forcing you to just go turtle. It's like getting turtles win you games. No, when you're behind, or perhaps your composition's early game is not that good, just swallow it and just go elsewhere. But yeah, I think it's
look
just
for
a
trades.
RG problem, and then
it translates over to yeah. So it starts from the foundation, yeah. Like the foundation is RG.
Yeah, root games. It's crazy, but yeah, I think the IQ, the MLBB IQ here is definitely
maybe not just MLBB IQ, maybe just IQ in general. But
yeah, I feel like right now the only
I got cursed, but keep on calm. It's okay. The camera is Indonesian. It got offended. Okay.
Yeah. It got offended, man. IQ MLBB here. It's not that high, especially a lot of rookies, right? A lot of regeneration. So technically, not a lot of old players. So is it just instinct? Is it their instinct to just, hey, I can find that outplay, I can get that highlight.
Yeah.
Even though I die,
they want those TikTok moments.
Exactly. But hey, guys, if you don't win, if your team does not win, it
yes, sir.
Guys, just want to say that
fuck that clip.
If there's a case where we got clipped by an Indonesian media, we back up each other, right?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
We've been shit talking the Indonesian region for a while here.
Deserves.
If any Indonesian media wants to clip this part too.
Please no.
Kita analis, kita kasih kritik karena kita mau MLBB Indonesia itu maju gitu kan. Jadi kayak ya kita ya itu yang kita lakukan ya. Semoga aja bisa dilihat sebagai hal yang positif, tapi kalau dilihatnya sebagai lu urusin tim lu aja, ya udahlah, memek lu anjing. Okay, let's go back.
wait. Huh? Do you want to switch topics, or are we still in Andoryu here?
You want to say something? I'm going to switch topics if we're done.
Okay. Maybe just, again, devil's advocate, just like what Gonie did earlier. It's against Alter Ego that pretty much doesn't know what to do with the roster, just like EVOS for the longest time. Who are they fielding? Ivan, Cyrus, right? And Yazuke. That's a combination that's a recipe for disaster, I gotta say. Not because of the fact that they're not good players. Maybe, kind of. They're not good players. But, like, they don't have chemistry yet. They are a bunch of rookies. And you pair them up with Nino and also Arfi. Like, it's not going to work. So, we got to see more from Andoryu and Ukir against teams that actually does not make a lot of mistake. Which is, sadly, it's only ONIC right now. That's it.
Yeah. I think it's fair. I think to a certain point we can add in, like, if GEEK FAM play like week 1, sure, RRQ are up there too when they get their picks, So yeah, those are the 3 teams I think right now that are top 3able. Even that I'm kind of shaky on RRQ, but they do look like the most stable out of with GEEK FAM ONIC. So let's move on then to the next topic, which is our IESF representatives going 0-3 in MPL ID. Like, that's wild, dude. Again, we had no. Usually we have qualifiers. We have a tournament specifically made for the teams to compete to represent Indonesia for IESF, for a national team. They just picked Team Liquid. And the Team Liquid they chose were a Team Liquid that was really strong. Still, came off of the Snapdragon run, M6 run, Champion run. Now they've lost everyone. Like, not everyone, but the core members, I would still say it's like Fabian, Iron Shiki. The 2 guys are gone. And we have Kabuki and Joe. Joe is really good. Kabuki, he's aight. He's aight. 0-3 in. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I kind of predicted this too, and I really hope it was untrue. I really thought I was capping. I really hope I was capping. Hoped I was capping. When MLPP got me, Eterna, KB, Age to do the tier list, I was the only guy who put Liquid all the way down. And safe to say, I got it. But I'm not proud. This is our team. I want them to do well. They have Witty, Aran, Yehezkiel, guys I really respect, guys that I still think are good despite 0-3. What do we think is the problem, guys, for our boys here? Do we think it's a draft issue? Do we think it's a player issue? Do we think it's all of the above and also the players burnt out? Because we did get an interview, I think, with a team, and the team said, I don't know who beat them, but they said they might be burnt out. They have too many tournaments to play. IESF, all this. So what do we think?
You want to hear my genuine thoughts on Team
genuine
Liquid?
Thoughts. Yes.
I think their main problem here, which I don't think a lot of people are talking about, is just number one thing in Indo, the players are, they get satisfied too easily, i.e. Fabian and Aaron. I think I don't know. Again, it's an internal matter, of course. I feel like they exited towards they become inactive for a good reason, I suppose, right? But I think it's mainly because, hey, we got MPL ID, we got runner-up M series.
Yeah,
we tried.
Superstars.
Didn't work out. I think I'm gonna become something else now, and I think that's just that problem. I think that's where then Team Liquid has to reorganize, restructure, find new players, again, adapt, start from zero. They were in this position last year, folks. So yeah, again, I think that's just says a lot, but yeah, it's just because of the players. I feel like, are they a little bit too comfortable? Are they,
they're getting money,
just
better money from streaming too? Yeah.
One and done, I got MPL. We tried M series. Yeah, let's shift our career. I think that's the mentality isn't there.
So it's more of an Indo problem than just a TL problem.
More of an Indo problem. Yeah, and then TL was forced to get Kabuki, restructure again. SDL and Facehugger got a reset basically. And then there's IESF. So it's just layers to TL, I think.
You agree, Mr. Chef?
Man, I'm not sure about the theory that they are just satisfied and wants to stream. I feel like they only played a single season, right? Yes, they won, but in terms of even if your goal is to become a streamer because you have already have some kind of level of popularity, but is that enough to sustain you for the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 years? Because I feel like that's not enough to build your, I guess,
your brand
background, brand, yeah. Think about it. Guys like Aura, Donkey, maybe they earn it. They won M1. They pretty much finished MLBB, but they're not there just yet. The only genuine achievement that they've made is that MPL ID season 14, right? Season 14? Yeah, season 14. And there's nothing else as far as I remember. So I'm not sure if that's the case. I feel like if I were to guess, all right, obviously I do not know what happens in the background. I feel like there's gotta maybe internal problems between the players. But again, don't hold my, that's just an opinion.
This is an opinion.
To be forced to guess, all right?
Yeah.
But just want to add something to we better thank God that Philippines get drawn out with Cambodia in the semifinals.
Yeah.
Even though they actually lost to Myanmar in the third place match, I don't know what happened with the Philippines.
They got fourth,
rep man.
Yeah.
Shout
out CFU.
CFU is really good. Is the ping actually MPL level there?
Oh no,
IESF,
it's online qualifiers, dude. So it's
online.
Is it 20-30 or 40-50?
I'm sure it's not single digit. I think that's fair to say. I think it's not
especially when it's
ping.
Countries a bit further away from each other. Like Cambodia, Philippines sound. I don't know. I'm not a geography man. Even though I took geography, I don't really, do that. I'll leave that to what I call Google Maps.
That might be a factor because Philippines historically they're not. They don't do as well. I'm not saying they don't do well. They don't do as well in an online qualifiers on online.
That's
tournaments.
Right. Yeah. I think that's a good point to bring up. I will stick on the point. We'll stick on the TL point for a bit longer because I think for TL, I agree with Gonie and Cheffin's points. There are parts of that's actually factually true. I don't know. I don't want to specify which ones are factually true, but it is a problem in Indonesia right now where players just look at MPL ID as a stepping stone. They don't look at MPL ID as, the grand achievement anymore. And they look at M Series as the grand achievement, MSC as the grand achievement, but they look at it and they're like, that requires way too much effort. And it's so difficult. You see those guys over there, the TL boys?
Shout out Skylar.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we got to shout out players who have, dude, imagine earning as much as Skylar, he was rivaling MPL views. I'm not even joking, for his own gameplay streams, guys. and he came back to play. He could have just become the biggest streamer in Indonesia of all time from, again, him being in RRQ and just the kingdom supporting him all the way and him being really, really good. Nope. Decides to come back, switch his team, basically taking away a big chunk of his fan base, which is the kingdom. So shout out to Skylar. We got to give a massive, massive like W respect. This is why I want to see him succeed so much. He has that fire in him, and it's the fire that not even the rookies nowadays have. With that being mentioned, though, Faven and Aaron Chiki haven't been streaming for a while. There are rumors suggesting that they might come back. We'll see. With TLID being this bad in the early weeks, I also heard in their watch party, Mr. Dan San he got really pissed. He was like, man, what the hell is wrong with my team? You know, we might have to restructure again, reform. And Aaron and Fabian were like, you got to play us, man. You got to play us. And it's like, well, you guys don't want to play. So stuff like that. Hey, if they want to come back and play, props to you guys. You guys have tried, the streaming stuff. You guys have experienced it. You guys experienced money. Now, if you want, the achievements again, get that hunger back. And all of a sudden, if we see TLID run part 2, that'll just be ridiculous. Like, if you could do it twice, dude, it's crazy. The restructure again. But yeah, I do want to speak on the Falcons thing, the Asian regional qualifiers, them getting knocked out by CFU. Yeah, I agree. I think they just don't do well online, and online is kind of fucking weird anyways. Indonesia didn't have to participate, by the way, because they are defending champions, right? But they ended up still being there. Malaysia. Malaysia didn't have to be there because Malaysia, but Indonesia had to go through it. My bad on that. Yeah, they still made it. But I don't know how the ping works. Really, I have no idea how the ping works, and that's why I'm kind of like skeptical. I can't really just. And for the people, if you guys are bashing Falcons for losing, I don't know if it can. I personally wouldn't bash them. They are also doing pretty bad in MPL Philippines, which is a surprise to me. I thought this season would be their season to go back to form. Really shocking stuff. WCFU though, no excuses. We got to give props to CFU too. I've been calling this team really good from MSC. They didn't manage to get out groups. I think part of that is because, they had a lot of issues to go through as well. A bit of, problems, war, stuff like that. So let's move on to the next topic, which is going to be ONIC still number 1, man. Like, we transition off of Skylar. Yeah, we get Gonie flexing. This is the only guy that cannot be bullied MPL-wise, right? Like, we can bully him in football because his team's dog shit. Arsenal, by the way. But anything else, like MPL ID, we can. What do we think ONIC at this point? Are we all in agreement that ONIC they're number 1? They're going to be the champs this season. We're looking for number 2. Or do you guys actually think, like, from the games we've witnessed, from the games we've watched, they're beatable? Teams can read them, can get to them. Indo teams. Indo.
I don't think so, man. I think for me, at least. Okay, I'm not being biased here,
sure,
but I think
yeah.
Seeing the other teams like performances, too. I don't think. I thought GEEK FAM could, surprise us, but yeah. I think there's still a gap. And the only thing that ONIC, the only thing that can beat ONIC is themselves. I feel like it's that type of season for them. I don't think externally there will be like problems, but internally that's a different question. I think now it's just ONIC versus ONIC. If they are able to be ones, be solid, discipline, I think this season is theirs.
Yeah. Some things are obvious in this world. ONIC is number 1 in ID. Caicedo over Weiss and Gravenberch.
That's crazy! Ridiculous!
Just kidding. Moving on. But like, I think they've built a really strong fortress, but I don't think it's by any means impenetrable. We saw game number 1 against GEEK FAM. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm just taking what I see. Yeah. They are pretty much beatable, but it takes a lot. It takes some errors from ONIC too.
Yes.
To make them lose the game. And it takes like heroics like Kanziski, as I mentioned earlier. He turned into like Kellera. Same thing. Well, not really. Kellera
local Kellera.
Play. Yeah. I don't want to get called out by the PH viewers like, oh, you're saying Skylar is as good as Kellera? No. So our
version of Kellera, all right? Don't get too sensitive, y'all pussies.
But I guess Yeah, but I guess like if we put them up in the playoffs in a best of 5 or like best of 7, we'll see some stuff that we might not see in the regular season being pulled off by other teams just for the sake of beating the whole goddamn Avengers called ONIC.
Yep.
And by the way, I just want to say that it's kind of tough being Adi. There's really no praises for him at all.
Dude, he's a scapegoat.
Like,
he's a scapegoat.
If he loses, he fucking sucks. He's the worst person in the world. But if he wins, well, you have 17, 18 Golden State Warriors in your team. Like, so it doesn't matter. You're still gonna win anyway without a coach. So it kind of sucks being Adi, but shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to Adi, man.
Dude, hey, shout outs to Adi. Hey, Adi, we've criticized Adi many times before, and it's time for us to, give him props. We give him props in season 9 when he won. We then, criticize him when he didn't, and then when he goes back and finds his form. I do want to say though, gotta give a massive shout out to CW too and Paddington, because CW being there, I think, has added a lot more stability as well, and having a second opinion. Like, usually, being there with Adi is great. So CW, I think, I don't know if I can share this. I'll just share it. Yeb said this season, ONIC is in very good hands because his student is there. And I just assume it was CW, and it was CW, I think. He hasn't confirmed to me. The guy is mysterious. I don't know why he wants to be mysterious like this. Yeb, you fucking weirdo. I'm joking. But hey, shout out to Raja Yeb. He's doing a good job. He's enjoying his time with his family too. W Yeb, come to be here. No, yeah. So ONIC are number 1. I think so. I think I've kind of already mentioned this when they announced Skylar. I was like, all right, so we got number 1. Who's number 2? That's it. This season is ONIC season 16. It really comes down to, for RRQ, I think, when Dyron will play. That's when I think they can really start to rival the top teams. Because he's still my boy. Jungle for RRQ, maybe. If they get I don't know, if Zunesh improves like by a lot, then yes, maybe. Yeah. But if not, I really still think Sutsujin is better than Zunesh right now. I don't know. Do you guys agree? Or let's touch on RRQ just a tad bit. Yeah, he's better. I don't think. Okay, we don't have to elaborate on that. So, all right, final team of the week. I want to get your team of the weeks, every single one of you. By that I mean you, Gonie, you, Cheffihn, team of the week. So week 2, based on week 2 performances. You can also still. I mean, it's your preference, so it doesn't need to be factually based on stats, based on who's player of the week. You can go yourself. So I'm just gonna go. All right, for me.
Let's just shout like EXP.
Yeah.
And then.
Oh, okay, sure.
XP. That's a better idea, I think.
Yeah. XP lane. Team of the week. 1, 2, 3. Shogun.
Qinn.
Okay, so I'll have 2 Qinns. Obviously, we've always kind of biased. Jungle. You guys ready for Jungle?
Wait. Let me. Okay, there's no contest. Oh my god.
There's just one name.
What am I thinking?
1, 2, 3. Kyrie.
Kai.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna say it, bro. It's obvious.
Mid lane. Week 2. 1.
Wait.
Okay. You guys have a name?
Ooh.
I have a name.
Ooh.
Yep.
You know what?
You guys...
Let's go.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Moreno.
Nice. Wow.
Whoa, we're so okay. Week 2?
Yes.
Week 2?
Week 2.
Okay.
ONIC
We're just doing team of the week. Yeah.
Okay.
Rome. Ooh, I gotta think about Rome.
Wait. Oh man. Who the hell was good at Rome? Oh yeah, okay. I got it.
I got it too.
Yeah.
Wait. Give me a moment.
By the way, I'm not actually seeing the team of the week. I'm just seeing the matches.
Yeah. I'm seeing the.
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Edok. Yeah. Okay. Do we did mid? Do we jungle already? Gold? We just need gold. All right. So gold lane. I think this one's kind of like guys. 1, 2, 3. Emon.
Kensiski. Nah, just kidding.
Wow.
You can't pick a 0-2 player, no? No, I mean you can.
Emon for sure.
Yeah.
Emon.
So there you go. That's our team of the weeks. We only had different opinions for XP and mid. Yeah.
Wow.
I was the lone wolf for XP. I went Shogun over Qinn this week. And then Gonie was the lone wolf for mid. He went Sans, and we both went Moreno. So there you go. What about you guys? Let us know in the comment section down below who you think is the team of the week. What do you guys think about, the opinions we shared in this video? And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys can find Gonie's and Cheffihn's socials in the description below. Go and check them out, man. Maybe if they decide to make content, you guys can follow their content. But for now, they're both just chilling. You guys want to say anything? Last remarks before we end the show?
Can't wait for week 3, my guy. I think that's the only thing I can say.
Full online, by the way. Full online. Week 3, full online.
Wait, disclose that?
This is gonna go up tomorrow, and I think tomorrow they'll already share it. Any last remark, Cheffihn? No?
Just specifically for the Indonesian viewers, just stay safe. That's it.
Yep. Yes, sir. There you go. For the Indonesian viewers, stay safe. We're on the same boat here. All right. See you guys. Peace out. Goodbye.